Probably the number one question that I get about StepsToVoiceOverSuccess.com is, will the tactics and strategies work for me? You know, different voice actors ask that question of me all the time, and I understand why the question comes. There's been so many different courses that are out there, so many different training programs, so many different coaches that claim to have the answer to building a successful or a six-figure voiceover career. And the answer to that question I've developed over time, and this has come from working with so many different students from so many different walks of life, you know, ages, male or female, different countries, the whole nine, different skill levels, and things of that nature. And I used to have a difficult time answering that question, but I really don't anymore. So when people ask the question, you know, will this work for me? The answer is, I don't know. One, because I don't know your work ethic. And so many times what happens is people will take a course, they'll buy a book, they'll, hire a coach to train them, whether it be in voiceover or marketing or whatever, and they never implement the tactics and strategies that are taught. They might do it for a day, a weekend, a week, a month, and then they quit. And so what happens with that is they never take ownership of what it is that they're doing. And this is a really big problem. And I know that a lot of coaches struggle with this and they're worried about this. It's like, if I put out a course and people don't succeed, then I'm going to look bad. Well, that's really not the truth. Because the tactics and strategies that, at least in Steps to Voiceover Success, that I teach, one, I know they work because that has been the backbone of how it is that I've built what I've built in my own voiceover career. It is also the same tactics and strategies that the students that I have taught over the years have been successful with. And there are, from the masses of people that I've taught and from the thousands of people that watch my training videos and things of that nature, there's a very small few that actually implement what I talk about. And that's just the real truth. And for anyone, whether it's myself, I take personal development courses, I take marketing courses, I pay for them all the time. And the reason that I do this is because I know that there's information out there that I want, and I want to learn from an expert. I want to learn from someone that knows, from someone that's in the know. So the responsibility is not on that person giving the information. It's never a situation where, does this stuff actually work? Yes. The predominant amount of courses that you're going to take on whatever subject is going to provide you with outstanding value, with outstanding information and things of that nature. Where the problem comes in is that people that are taking the course don't take personal ownership of their own work ethic, or they don't look in the mirror and say, I'm going to succeed or fail. It's my fault either way. And whether it's me, as an old friend of mine used to say, la-di-da-di or anybody, it doesn't matter. If you are not an executioner of that information, it is your fault that it doesn't work. You've got to have the ownership of that. Don't be afraid to take courses. Don't be afraid to pay for a book or hire a coach to teach you how to do something, because it is not about that information that you're getting most of the time. Now, are some crappy information out there, but for the most part, you're going to go into a course, and if you execute and implement on that information, you're going to win in some way, shape, or form. But it is definitely going to depend on your work ethic, and it is your responsibility to do it. It's not about the information in most cases. It is about your willingness to execute it over time, consistently over time. That's where the rubber meets the road. So it's not about the information, it's about you and how you choose to execute on that information. Because ultimately, success or failure, it's your fault.